Hey everyone, this is Chef Varouj, I'm founder of CulinaryCreator.com. In this video, we're going to make a little salad. It's a bit unusual, it requires a little cooking, it requires a little prep, but it's really well worth it. Um, it has some different or unusual, not rather unusual, but a little different ingredients for it, such as seaweed, very nutritious. It has kale, it has a little spinach, it has a dandelion, radishes, cucumbers, pears, some shiitake mushrooms that we're going to cook and throw in there, some sesame seeds, some avocado, and we're going to finish it up with a little bit of sesame seed, fresh sesame seeds, um, some sesame oil, and orange vinaigrette. Just a quick, we're not even going to make a vinaigrette, we're just going to drizzle some orange juice on it, some sesame oil, season it with salt and pepper, and that's it. But this is very well worth the time. Now, let's start from the first things first. Um, what I have in here is basically the seaweed strips that are being cooked. You can find them in the refrigerated section of most supermarkets. If not, definitely the Asian supermarkets, you'll find them. You just have to boil it for about 5 minutes. It comes in a couple different forms. It could be either in like the whole strips or whole. So just boil it for a few minutes and then you rinse it off, and then we'll proceed from there. Shiitake is in here. I removed the stems. Do not throw them away because it makes a fantastic stock. So let's keep that in mind. Then what we'll do is basically we'll slice them like this, and then we'll saute it with just a little bit of sesame oil, and I mix a little bit of olive oil in that. It brings the smoking point of the sesame oil up. So there's that, and we'll cook it for a few minutes. We'll season with a little salt. That's about it. What we have also when it comes to the kale and dandelion. When you buy kale, try to get the small ones, the baby ones. If not, that is fine for this particular use at least. What we'll do is we'll take the tip and then we'll save the stems for other uses, be it soups, or we'll just saute it with some, say a little bacon or some onions and garlic, and it'll make a great side dish. When using the kale or any of these vegetables, leafy vegetables that are kind of wrinkly, be careful. You want to wash it really well because a lot of sand will get trapped between all the little wrinkles. You could wash it under running water, or you could fill up your sink or a bowl and let it sit in the water for a little bit, and then basically drain it. It'll be just fine. So that's for that. What we'll do is we're just going to blanch them for a couple minutes, and then we'll pull them off. That's all it's going to take for these to get ready, basically. Just dump them in some salted boiling water. You could even use the same boiling water if you want for both of them, or even the one from kelp, the one you're blanching the seaweed in. That'll be just fine as well. And there's been for a few minutes in here. We'll leave another couple minutes. And these guys, we just want to again season them with a little bit of salt. Let them cook for a little bit. Saute them on higher heat, higher temperature. Once we have all of it done, what we'll do is basically just assemble it. When we get started here with a couple of things. Since I already started with the seaweed and the mushrooms right here, we'll mix it in. And the shiitake that I just started in there. Cucumbers, slice them. If you want, just peel them off all the way through, make them into strips, that's fine too. I have some pears, you could do apples if you'd like, no problem. I have some red radishes. If you don't have them available, you could do jicama, you could do daikon radish, they'll be all just fine. Avocado, just cut them to strips, then I'm going to dump it in there. Smaller pieces is just fine. Some pears, again, you could eat them whole, you could cut them in half and throw it in there. That'll be also fine. I'm gonna add some sesame seeds to it. Some orange zest. Again, how much you add is totally up to you, depending how much you're making. Totally personal taste. Juice a little bit of lemon, about a quarter of lemon or half a lemon, orange. A little more than that. There's that. You could always add some currants to it. You could add some raisins to it. Then we'll be just perfectly fine with that. Now another way of doing this is you could always, as far as the kale go or the dandelion, you could always saute them very quickly also. You just have to be very careful. You don't want to overcook it. You don't want it to lose the color. So leave it there for like a minute until it gets all soft. Remember, you don't have the stems in it, so it doesn't take too long. Just break that chewiness down a little bit. That's all you need. And for that, it's just, again, it's about a minute or so. And we'll do the same thing with the dandelion. Again, I'll take the tip, you don't even need a knife, and I'll do the same thing again in there. We'll be adding some spinach as well to this. And there's that. We're not going to be cooking the spinach, so I'm just going to add it in there. A little handful like that. And as I said, you really don't want to cook it too much. This is all you need to do to it. Rinse it, and then rinse it in cold water, or you can put it in a batch of ice water. That'll be just fine as well. And then from there, what we'll do, we'll strain the well, and then just put it in the salad. Just make sure you are straining it very well, because otherwise it will turn your salad into a liquid mush. So one way of this is really what you could do with this one is blanch it ahead of time, and then keep it in the fridge, layered between paper towel, and then you could just add it last minute when you're ready to serve. Same thing with the dandelion. And basically we'll just toss it. Some more here. Add a little crack of fresh black pepper. A little bit of salt. Some sesame oil. Again, that's basically all the flavor you have in there, so be generous and make sure your sesame oil is a pretty good quality. And then basically all you gotta do is toss it. Again, it's a little different, it's unusual, it requires a little pre-planning, but it's really well worth it, and it's super nutritious as well. So I recommend you give it a try at least once, and then take it from there. Again, you could always add a little bit of, let's say, raisins or currants to add a little bit of sweetness to it. That's always very well adds a good balance to it as well. So, and that's that. And enjoy it. There's a very nutritious salad, quick and easy. Until I see you next time, eat to nourish, cook to fulfill, dish it up with a purpose. I'll see you next time.